Jeopardy! Fans have accused the game show of a lenient judgment call that wasn't the end of days, but bothered hundreds of viewers. Host Ken Jennings, 48, deemed a contestant correct with Kroger's for a clue looking for the grocery chain Kroger. Two-day champ Lloyd Sy faced Sarah Palmer, an executive assistant from Monterey, California, and Frances Englert, a line cook from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Under the category By and Large, host Ken read the clue of which kicked off the Jeopardy! Episode. It read, in 2022, this mega grocer from Ohio was set to merge with another giant among supermarkets, Albertsons. Lloyd, a graduate student in literature from Rockford, Illinois, who ousted latest super champ Ray Lalonde, nabbed his eventual second win, while Francis was the one to respond. He buzzed in with, "What is, Kroger's?" After a brief pause, Ken replied, "That's right," and gave Francis the $1,000. A horde of viewers who tuned into the respected game show carted to online forums where the ruling, which wasn't reversed by judges, didn't sit well with them. Although some fans argued the instance was small potatoes, so to speak, multiple Facebook threads erupted to discuss it. "There's no's in Kroger." One user began, "It's Kroger, not Kroger's." To which another defended, "Who cares? You need a hobby," and third wrote, "Picky picky." The first tough customer wrote back, "I care if it might make a winning or losing difference. It wouldn't have mattered tonight, but sometimes they let some things slide while cracking down on less egregious errors. They should be consistent." A fourth agreed, "I'm from the South and I do not put an S on it." Why was Kroger's accepted? "It should have been Kroger," accused a fifth. And a sixth, "Absolutely. That was a big overlook. Would they have accepted Facebook's if asked what company Zuckerberg created?" A seventh defended, "Technically it's Kroger, but it was founded by Bernard Kroger, so Kroger's works in the sense that it's Bernard Kroger's franchise." And one more, "They have more than one store so you could go plural," they argued. As yet another fan claimed, "It comes down to the judges and their inconsistency in what they accept." It's become more noticeable recently. Last season, the game show snubbed a contestant from a win on her handwriting in Final Jeopardy when Harriet Tubman seemed legible to thousands at home, certainly causing ill will. Yet soon after, another player was deemed correct on Final Jeopardy, winning with handwriting fans said looked like chicken scratch. Questionable clues? Over the summer, Ken and actress mayim Bialik, 47, were officially announced as the permanent replacements for the late, great Alex Trebek, who had hosted since 1984. The hosting announcement hasn't been the only big change for Jeopardy, as executive producer Michael Davis, who replaced the ousted Mike Richards, filled a job that before them hadn't changed hands in decades either. As a result, the microscopes are out for traditionalists, and they've spotted plenty they haven't liked. Recently, the show's producers misspelled an Edgar Allan Poe quote and also deeply angered audiences by using Brian Laundrie, who killed his girlfriend Gabby Petito last year, as a disgusting prompt. The game show also caused wrath like no other with a King James Bible question fans fumed was flawed in its premise, and spoiled a bunch of TV shows in one fell swoop. And last month, fans also accused the show of being flat-out wrong on a clue about TV's Beverly Hillbillies. The clue read, after Jed Clampett discovered oil on his Appalachian property, he loaded up his family and moved to this more affluent locale. However, fans hauled it to Reddit where they spotted that the fictitious family is not from the Appalachians, but the Ozarks. Jed Clampett discovered oil in Bug Tussle, Oklahoma. Nowhere close to the Appalachian area of the USA, one user accused. Per Wide Open Country, the Beverly Hillbillies came from Missouri. In the pilot episode, the narrator at one point says, "Let's take them back to their home in the Ozarks and see how this whole thing got started." Series creator Paul Henning was, in fact, from Missouri in real life.